Hey, I'm meteorologist Doug Myers with the latest forecast on this first day of August. Recapping yesterday and the final day of July, upper 70s and low 80s, a cool end to the month, but we still ended up being a little bit above average for the month with an average high of 91, slightly above the average of 90.3, and factoring in the lows about 1 degree above average, with the coolest temperature being 63, the warmest being 97. We actually had a little bit cooler second half of the month with the average high compared to the first half of the month, but overall not too bad. That we had a little over 5 inches worth of rainfall at Billard Airport in Topeka. Manhattan fell a little bit short, as well as Concordia. Emporia ended up slightly above average because you can tack on about 3.5 more inches onto that 0.61 inches due to the rain gauge not working on a particular day where we had that amount of rainfall, or there might have been 2 days. Honestly, I can't remember, but I try to make sure to look closely when Emporia got rain on generally how much Emporia got if the rain gauge wasn't working at the airport. But generally speaking, about seasonal. Meanwhile, here's a look at August stats. We average a high temperature of 91 today. We're going to be well below that. And then 69 for the low. We're going to be below that too. In fact, we may actually be cooler, at least for the high, than the average high temperature that we would get for the end of the month. So it's going to feel more like September rather than August today. And you can see how the sunrise sunset time changes. And we typically get more rainfall in August than July, a little over 4.5 inches worth of rainfall. So what can we expect for this year? August, we have normal conditions or equal chances of drier than normal and wetter than normal. What does this mean? It means that there is no clear signal as far as how August is going to end up being and the 30-day outlook. Same for temperatures. Hey, at least it's not probability of above average. Of course, it helps that for these next 4 days, at least, we're going to be below average. And again, including today, very similar to yesterday, upper 70s and low 80s. Might sneak in a little bit more sun at times, but also some passing clouds. It may not necessarily be clouds, though, because we're monitoring some surface smoke with Canadian wildfires with the weather pattern that we're in, leading to a little bit of haze for today. UV index, despite some clouds at times, is back at 7, so 30 minutes of burn time if you're not protected. So use caution if you're going to be outside. And be outside. Enjoy today, but be cautious. A beautiful next 2 days. Dew points, yes, muggy, but for August standards, we'll take this. Typically, we're in the upper 60s or 70s this time of year. So anytime it's close to 60 or even in the 50s, we'll take it this time of year. As I mentioned, there's some passing clouds from time to time. This model has a little bit more cloud cover than what some other models are indicating, so we'll keep an eye on that. It's also indicating at least a little bit less clouds than what other computer models are indicating, so we're also going to keep an eye on that. But generally speaking, perfect conditions these next 2 days. You couldn't ask for more beautiful weather for these first 2 days of August. I'm keeping my eye on Sunday. Late Saturday night, Sunday morning, some rain starts to move into our western communities. A lot of it may end up falling apart once the sun comes up, though, but we'll hold on to a slight chance of rain during the day on Sunday. It's not a great chance. You'll notice that rainfall through 7 p.m. on Sunday is mainly staying out towards the Clay Center, Washington area and back out to the west, although not much in Concordia. Just to give you an idea of what some of our other models are saying, our European model, once again, keeps it out west. The GFS has been the most consistent on a little bit farther to the east with the rainfall. But at least a little bit less rain, especially along and east of Highway 75, compared to what it's been showing the past couple of days. So I'm not completely sold on how Sunday's going to shape up. If you have any outdoor plans, and especially if you're west of Highway 75, definitely consider a plan B. Don't cancel any plans, but at least consider a plan B and the potential for rain and thunderstorms. Otherwise, if you're east of Highway 75, it's a very, very low risk. That includes Topeka as well. I think it mostly stays dry. We'll keep an eye on Sunday night too, and then next week temperatures gradually start to warm up. Low to mid-90s expected for the second half of the work week. So probability of above average temperatures in that 6 to 10 and 8 to 14 day outlook. No surprise because of that. And we are certainly looking at a little bit on the hot side. In fact, our heads-up hazard, a little bit different than what that Climate Prediction Center graphic indicated, just a slight risk for excessive heat, with the more moderate risk further down to the south. But you get the idea that between today through at least Tuesday, comfortable conditions. Once we get into the second half of the work week, yeah, about seasonal Wednesday, but then it starts to heat up Thursday and Friday. And temperatures may still be on the hot side next weekend too. So enjoy these next several days. Certainly unusual, and then we'll keep an eye on that Sunday night time frame, maybe a little bit late Saturday night, after 3 a.m. It's fair game, but right now I'll keep it dry in the 8-day. Have a great day, and like I said, enjoy these next couple of days, although I will mention that there might be some reduced air quality because of the smoke. So if you suffer from respiratory conditions, be mindful of that. Have a great day.